Welcome to Grow Overload. I'm Anthony, and here is my review of the Creality Ender 3 V3 KE 3D printer. Now, I've done quite a bit of printing on it. I've been trying to get to know it. As you guys saw the unboxing, me putting it together. Here's me. I got some, I can't remember I got some PTG in here right now. I was printing off some drains for outside to protect rodent protectors, which actually worked out really well. And I've been trying to learn a lot more about it, trying to print with like the wood PLA and stuff, which I'm having some problems with, but I'll figure that out eventually. But I wanted to get a review done of this because it's been a workhorse for me. I've been printing a lot on it. As you see, I do have an enclosure for it, and this is just the Creality enclosure. It works nice. It prevents what is the main problem that I was having to begin with, which right above here I have a vent, and it was making some weird prints. Now, overall, I like this printer. It works really well, and it's printed off fixed a lot of things for me that I've either broken around the house or something like that. And then it's also printed off a lot of toys for the kids. So the kids have been enjoying it and printing that off these different toys. And let's see if I can't show you some here. This is actually on this right here where I have it posted is right next to a sink area. It's a nice area where I had some ability to put all this stuff, but the printer itself works really well. Like some of these designs that people have done are quite amazing. So we had a tunnel for trains, so the kids like to play with trains, and so there was a lot there with different tracks and stuff, which works. You see, I haven't really fully cleaned up that one yet. So that's really kind of nice. But I did go through and I printed off these little like test prints. And while this is pretty good, and this one was with the Creality slicer software. This one, whoops, the other one is with the Persa slicer software, and it did a much better job. So I've been also, of course, the kids broke off that, but I've been testing between both of them, just trying to see which slicer software I like better and everything, and going back and forth. But this is pretty simple to get around, pretty simple to re-spool and everything else. And overall, I have to say, if you're looking for a printer, at the time I paid just under $300, $270 something for this, and it worked out really well. It was easy to put together. You have your on-off button back here someplace. There it is, and then that turns it on and it starts up. We're able to print off train tracks that move. Like I said, I fixed the printer. You see right there on there was my gutter guard that I did, and it boots up here and it starts up and it works out really well. So you have machine start up and it gives you your temperatures and stuff like that. Easy to update in the settings and navigate. I haven't really had any issues, and you can see I've been using the USB a lot to put it in. I just bought one of these little right hand adapters and right angle adapters, and that was able to fix my little problem where this enclosures to there. Now, one thing I probably would like to get is the light for this enclosure. You can buy a light add-on as well. I did buy the what was it? Is it still? I did buy the vibrator adapter. So there's like a sensor here that you can. Oh, come on, focus. So this little adapter, and you print a bracket, and the bracket attaches right here. Let me see, let me get it down for you. So this attaches right there, and it plugs it, so this attaches there, and then it plugs into the computer on the side here, and it just plugs in to there, and then from there you just run a cycle and you walk through the instructions, and then it gets the vibration, so it can have vibration compensation, which worked out really well. So, you know, if you're looking for a 3D printer now, I'm sure that there's more out there since I, got this V3KE, but this is really good. Overall, it's worked really well. This pops off. It needs to be cleaned, but I'll clean that here before the next print. And, switching out, the spools, super easy. You just pull, you just go through, and there's a retract option. It goes through and it works out really well. So I've had a lot of success with this. My downsides of this product is that there's a learning curve. And if you've never used a 3D printer before and you want to jump in, I'd say, even though there's a learning curve, this is a good option for you, right? There's there's always going to be a learning curve to something, right? And if you want to start learning about, 3D printing or trying it yourself, and you want a low entry point, they do make some cheaper ones. But I did want to try out the carbon fiber stuff, and so that's why I got this, because it gets high enough heat. Now, I did have a problem with this printer, and that's the other downside, is that there's no camera or something for me to really monitor it there, and I was not watching it one time, and the nozzle on here, it was doing a 10-hour print, and it failed to adhere, and I didn't see it until much later, and it was just a glob at the end of it, and that glob ruined the nozzle. Now, you can buy nozzles and replace them, and that's the positive side to this, is that you can take it apart, replace the part that you need. Support was pretty responsive. It took them, 24 hours to get back to you, and support actually told me what part I needed and where to buy it. I just bought it through Amazon. It was a little bit quicker to get, and was able to be off and printing again. So there is that. And then I just made sure, when I check things, that, there's a little piece that was still on the pad, but I'll pick it up later now. But those are things that you need to, my bad, that you need to just be aware of when you're starting off printing. That don't just because you had a couple successful prints and you printed one item and you wanted a duplicate of it, that it won't fail right away. Get that comfortable with it. So I can see why they have a camera, and to be able to watch it. Now, I don't have this connected to the cloud yet. I probably will do that, because if it did have a camera and I was able to watch it, this is where I probably pause the print, or stop the print if it had a misprint. So, because if the nozzle, it was just, this up here was all solid. I mean, it was pretty impressive. But as long as you're doing your maintenance to it, you have to grease your gears, and these things, you need to put a little grease on them every once in a while, so it slides, and you don't have a wear item there. But these are all things, as long as you maintain it. It's been really good to me. And keyboard feet that were broken off, fixed that. A lot of things around the house that I broke that were just little plastic stuff. People have already designed this stuff for. And Cooler Master I had a Cooler Master case that the end snapped, and was able to print that. They even had a full section there, which was pretty impressive there. So I'm glad that Cooler Master did that. But this Creality V3 has been a workhorse for me, and it does a really good job. So I'm impressed with it. And if you're looking for a printer that that you want to dabble into, start getting to have a little bit bigger, there, the Creality, this Creality Ender 3 V3 KE is a choice I would recommend here. So let me know if you have any other questions with this. I had that one issue, but if I was able to prevent that one issue, I think that this would be a really I have even better, higher praise for it because it's been fun to print and do different things. I know my brother had a 3D printer at work, and that's what kind of got me into it because he's always printing stuff on that thing, and for work. I was like, well, maybe it's something that I can use around the house. And for a while there, I was like, you know what? It's not going to be something I'm going to use that often. And all of a sudden, you can figure out everything that you can kind of use for it, and that's been the huge. It still comes as a second thought, to me. But when I remember that, hey, I can use this, it's been a huge relief or success on being able to complete those projects that you might have to run to the store and find something, order online, and wait a while when you can just print it. I mean, downspout the downspout guards were one of them, right? These were just printed off, and all the stores were sold out around me, which were probably a good thing. And finding them online was just going to take weeks to get, and shipping was just outrageous. And it was an hour print, done. And all of a sudden, I have them on, and as we're getting here a little bit cooler out, the mice, you're trying to keep those rodents out of those downspouts, and that was a huge success. So let me know if you have any questions with this. This is, I recommend this printer. I'm very impressed with it. Upgrading the firmware, everything else has been rock solid. Their software seems to be improving for their slicer, which has been a um, huge thing to be able to get everything to the product to print, which I've had a lot of fun with. And so, if you have this printer, or if you're looking for stuff, give me some tips below on what other things I can do, and I'll be sure to update you guys as I go along this 3D printing journey over the years, and probably buy another 3D printer because I'm actually liking this. And what 3D printer should I get next, which is the next question, because this one's kind of cool. But I think, I'd like to have one where maybe it has at least two different spools of filament you can do, because I think that would be a huge interesting ability there, to be able to just swap out between the two while you print one item. So with that, thank you so much for watching Grow Overload and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, as it really does help out the channel. Until next time, God bless.